Today is February 11, 2023. Don't worry, Linda is preparing for work. I gave you my werewolf screenplay song from the Cole and Linda Filmmakerband, and I am going to present the show in a moment. I'm killing the time. I'm not wearing shoes at the present moment, getting ready to flee out to pick up food and drop it off at your doorstep. And Linda will be dropping it off near the point of sale system on a small little area where you can get cookies and put in your points. Now, are you ready? 1, 2, 3, and welcome to the Please Subscribe show. I am Cole Spivey, and you are?
Linda Spivey.
And welcome to the Please Subscribe show. And Linda was thinking of her mom and her dad and remembering the past memories. And soon you can follow us and join us. And remember, please subscribe. I'll drop the food at your doorstep. She'll hand it to you by the point of sale system. We love you. And we are Cole and Linda Spivey. Wait, one more thing. God created man and he created woman. He created man and he created woman. They were known as Adam and Eve. Now they are known as Cole and Linda Spivey. And have a wonderful day.
Yeah, have a wonderful day.
And Linda wants to tell you everything.
I'm happily married, and I'm Linda Spivey. Please subscribe show. We have to go to work now. Otherwise, I'll get fired again. Ooh, I can't
And
say
who
that.
am I?
Cole Spivey.
The new billionaire on his way. And we will adore our mansion and feast before you. And you are Edmund Tuxedo Cassavetes, aren't you, Kitty? Yes, you are. You're a good kitty. And look at Kitty. Would you pet Kitty, sweetie? Real quick. You're such a little kitty. Yes, you bird. Yes, you bird.
My phone. I have to Google it. Was it on your phone?
And welcome to the Please Subscribe show, Kitty. Yes, you bird. Yes, you bird. February 11, 2023. Respecting David Lynch's introduction. The mileage that we have today is 169,444. The temperature is exactly 54 Fahrenheit. If you know the equation for the Celsius, then good luck. We'll be approaching under a bridge and out and beyond. Occasionally, I'll make a joke about Jim Carrey. I usually am respectful to Robin Williams, as in known Robin Goodfella. And occasionally, I'll mimic the great James Lipton from inside the Actor Studio Bravo, because he was my dean. My only dean that really put effort into making us all movie stars, as Linda calls me. And soon, I will grab the food, the package of food, the delicious, steamy food. Stop doing Shelley Winters and The Shining. And I will drop this food package to your doorstep. Speaking of The Shining, Danny, I'm not gonna hurt you, Danny. Danny, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in. Now, also could do a scene from Departed, but Matt Damon does it very much well. As better. It makes sense to some English majors if they go by Old English. Now, we're not going to make comments about my English. I have half Irish and half English and a touch of Apache. That would be a cut, but I'm lazy and I don't always cut. I just dissolve it all together. So it might be a dissolve. I get a lot of those angle shots like that. So I'm trying to get shots like that. Make it a refill. Because daily vlogging is for me, because I'm kind of a Thomas Wolfe kind of writer type of, I don't like to edit stuff because I figure like everything in life is great. I don't really care about Disney World that much. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm trying to get a better shot angle like that. It's kind of, it's not really stressful. It's just, you know, whenever I got my Apple, my i11 iPhone finally, got out of the S8 Samsung 8 thing, and where I was just doing like B-roll, up rolls, or side swipes. When I was uploading raw data, raw footage, video footage, when I finally got my iPhone 11 and my iMovie, it just felt like I went into heaven. In a minute, I'm gonna do a joke, kind of like where I'm talking and I'm just gonna walk through a car wash, but what I really mean, I'm just joking around. Once I got that, I realized that the creative output was, you know, perfect. I'd finally be a better stand-up comedian than Jim Carrey ever believed it being, but I'm not a stand-up comedian because I'm not doing a stand-up. I'm just, the world around me is basically, you know, what I use as comedy or whatever it may be. I wasn't joking about the car wash. And then I could take from all these other comedians and just kind of, you know, do these little jokes wherever I'm at. And listen, if I got up on doing stand-up, I just stand for the microphone and vlog myself, let the microphone be like right here, and I'd be perfectly fine. Who cares? I mean, I'd rather talk to like a whole globe of people, or, you know, 500 to 5,000 people in a room. Who cares? I have the capability to talk to more. No, I'm not jabbing. I know Jim's a person. I mean, Jim Morrison. But Jim Carrey's still a good guy. He's funny. Does a lot of stuff, you know. And that's fine. I mean, he's got a good chiropractor. Not everybody has that kind of chiropractor. Of course, I was watching Robin Williams. My God, that guy was insane. Jim Carrey would even go, oh my God, what am I going to do? Jim Carrey almost got him, though. Okay, I'll put it this way. Jim Carrey beat him physically. But Robin Williams is still in the lead, even though, rest in peace. All right, I'm going to go get some soda.
Only there wasn't COVID-19.
It's like my compare and contrast paper, Jim Carrey versus Robin Williams. So like, Robin Williams was more like very, very quick, changing from different characters and different behavior, and going from not even really 0 to 100%, but going from 100% to 1,000%, you know. Taking it to a very like extreme level. Carrey did the same. Jim Carrey did about the same, only he exaggerated his movements and almost did a costume change with his body, you know, where it was like almost to the point of freakish gymnastics or something, you know, like a freak show almost for a moment, you know. So they were different, and of course one was Canadian. That makes a big difference. But they're both equally the Kemp clown that would hang out with William Shakespeare. You know, they're both equally the king of the clowns. You know, the stand-up comedian geniuses that they are. They are different, though. I would say Robin was quicker and elongated in his passages, where he could go for 40 minutes and there was no lull, while Carrey would take a physicalization freak out break, you know, and coin the alrighty then, which we all know, the whole entire country. Alrighty then. Robin Williams, there's not really one of those one-liner kind of thing, other than Good Morning Vietnam. Good morning Vietnam, you know, good morning, you know, doing the Kronkower thing, which we know him of. So they both coined great characters, you know, Jim Carrey doing Dumb and Dumber, and Robin Williams from everything from Popeye to, you know, Good Will Hunting to his other stuff, his real dramatic stuff to Avenue and some of the crazy Christmas shows, where Carrey coined one of the greatest performances of all time, known as Lemony Snicket's, the greatest actor that ever walked the grace of the universe. The one eye thing right here. And that's the denouement of the two. They're both great, though. But poor Carrey. I mean, I'm sorry. Got that mixed up. poor Williams. That way he went out was crazy. It was a real weird, kind of almost demonic ending that no one would really expect ever. The rumors about Robin Williams was that he was a cokehead, and now the rumors I heard was that he was like a mime. He was doing mime on the streets of LA, and then they called him in and he stood on his hands for Mork and Mindy, and that was it. He was all-time greatest comedian of all times. I don't know about Carrey. He seemed to be pretty normal Joe, other than when he started performing, and then he just freak out, you know, it's fucking whoa. I hear he's kind of chill. He got into art, painting colors, and hanging out in one episode of Coffee, what is it? The Seinfeld coffee thing when the cars, coffee and cars or something, I don't know. Seinfeld would know it. Ask Seinfeld. Email Seinfeld. He gets like 1,000 emails. What is this? It's from the Please Subscribe show. They want to know about the coffee, and they want to know what you called it. Coffee and cars. I get tongue-tied, twisted. My mind gets bent. Well, anyway, yeah, Seinfeld interviewed him for coffee and cars. Cars and coffee and comedians. Oh, yeah, cars and coffee and comedians. Where they had the cameras all strategically set up. And, you know, I don't know, he didn't reveal a whole lot other than how he puts sweetener into his, I guess, coffee or whatever he was drinking. I don't know what it was. Some kind of tea. I think it was hot tea. It would have been hot tea. And he jumps over his fence at the beginning of it. So Seinfeld pulls up in was it a DeLorean? It's like an old school DeLorean, I think. Or was it a Lamborghini? No, it was an old school Lamborghini. Oh, yeah, sorry. Old school Lamborghini. Lamborghini. Why do we have to talk? Lamborghini. Yeah. So he pulls up in a Lamborghini. And he jumps the fence. Carrey does his front fence. It's like, this is how I get out. Now I'm going to go sidetrack. There's a band called Slint I'm listening to. They're really funny. The guy used to go in from the back of his place and climb up something and get into his house or something really crazy. They're a really crazy band. Anyway, yeah, go see the Seinfeld thing, and then later on listen to Slint. And then, you know, you can hang out with whoever you want to while you're doing it. Check it out. It's the Coffee, Cars, and Cigarette. No, sorry. No. Seinfeld smoking a cigarette. That'd be funny. Coffee, Cars, and Comedians with Jim Carrey and Seinfeld's pretty funny. It's one of those things. You know, it's weird about Los Angeles, though, because I'm nowhere near it. I'm in the middle of kind of America, kind of like Texas, kind of like southern, like North Texas. You know, like, you had to be there because, for one thing, if you were an actor or a comedian and you were in Los Angeles, or even in a band, you were accessible to show up at their studios, you know. And they had everything launched out, ready to go. They had all the producers, all the advertisement ready for your show, ready to launch you out and to completely launch you out into the atmosphere of entertainment where you would become an immediate star. And television, especially cable, was kind of a way in. Stand-up was a big thing, the Comedy Store. And so they have it all ready, and then they're like, oh yeah, this guy, you know, he's got a little bit of talent, you know, let's talk about a show, you know. And so that probably goes on for like a couple of years or something, and the next thing you know. But Carrey never really got his own television show other than being on In Living Color. So he was a specialty comedian that was helping out a whole, you know, network. Well, not a net. Well, it was kind of a network too, In Living Color. But it was kind of, you know, this multicultural kind of existence between black comedians and this one white comedian known as Jim Carrey. It was supposed to be, In Living Color was supposed to be, I think, you know, a show about color and about comedy, and then the Carrie would come in with this fire marshal thing, and that was part of it too. So I guess he did kind of have his own show being giving, and plus he was Canadian. They make him do that kind of stuff. Then he created his own little Charlie Chaplin-esque kind of, you know, role in Hollywood, his own type of films, which Robin Williams did the same. I just think Robin Williams, towards the end, he kind of went on a dramatic route. That could have been what was going on inside his brain, you know. But that was unexpected how he lost him, you know, just out of nowhere. It was very, like I said, I think it's kind of demonic and kind of crazy. And the story will probably be told eventually. There's been some television stuff already. My friends have been behind it. Some of my friends have created some of it. And then the true story of Robin Williams from the beginning to the end, you know, there will be a movie about him. It'd be very incredibly difficult to find the actor. Very, very difficult. Not only because of his talent, that part they can get, but because he had such a unique look. You know, he looked kind of average Joe-ish, kind of like a beer drinker from Pennsylvania. You know, too much hair on his arms or something, you know. I don't know why I said that, but they all will get the little movie they'll make about them, just like Jim Morrison said, you know. Are you great enough to get your own movie made about you? But they'll get it, you know, and it'll be interesting to see what really went on, you know, because nobody really knows. All right, listen to Slint for a while, and then I switched over to Sonic Youth. They got a song called Antenna they did on some radio station. They used some acoustic guitars for some of it. I thought it was cool. God, I can't believe this Sonic Youth lady, Kim Gordon, she's like almost as old as Patti Smith. She's like a grandma now. What's going on? We're all gonna be punk rock in the old folks' home. Like, remember the days of Sid Vicious? It's like, you never would have made it, man. Hey, would you hand me that walker and plug it into that amp right over there? All right, they're all the way from Oklahoma, and they're all the way from Colorado. And this is Torchy Talkers. Appreciate it. Thanks so much. You know, thanks. Clearly see the theme of hell. There's the bathroom here, so I don't know. That's what Torchy Tacos goes by. Right, we'll be approaching the Texas Christian University area, and there's the first sign that talks about Texas Christian University, founded in 1873. So it's more than 200 years old. Well, 150 years old. It will be, because 1973 would have been, well, it's not 2073, but it could be if you're watching this. It's 150 years, well, 149 years. I was born in 73, so 1873 and 1973 makes it 100 years, and then to now about 50 years. 149 years for all you math majors. But in about 50 years, it'll be close to 200 years old. Since it is a Christian university, I'm sure they probably instill Christian values into people. They probably have a class on why abortion's wrong. I'm sure they're teaching that now. Or at least why it's murder. There's their monolith little thing. They got these rocks that are kind of like monoliths. I have all 3 children, and I teach my children that abortion's wrong. There's a lot of things that are wrong, you know. We're all flawed. We all have problems, you know. No one's perfect. But, I mean, my goodness, you know. Why would anyone instill the belief of murder upon another? That's kind of, you know, if you look at The Werewolf, you know, since I'm writing the Werewolf screenplay, it is the curse of murder, too. It goes back to Cain and Abel. The curse of the murderer, you know, because the werewolf is that such thing. So why, you know, people point at certain people and tell them to grow up. Well, stop murdering people, and maybe other people will have a chance to grow up, you know. But they have put an end to abortion in the state of Texas and all 50 states. And Mr. St. Biden gets up there, who's now under the gun and possibly could be put under trial for putting our country in jeopardy because of certain documents. But he gets up there on the gun, up on the thing. Well, I shot that Chinese balloon down, but I also made it easy for abortion. Well, you know what? We're going to make it hard again for you, Mr. Biden. I know that you're upset because of what happened to your family, and, you know, that's still no excuse. There's other families and other generations that are trying to survive because of your money problem, this country's money problem. And I have no problem taking the federal government, the United States of America, to court. I have no problem. I'll do it with a big smile on my face. Because I'm a Christian, I'm born again, and my power that I have, which is unto Jesus Christ, will stomp you into wine. He will twist you into wine. Jesus Christ is far more powerful than you can ever believe. I know you're trying to run the country, but you're trying to undo things that we need done. And abortion is an evil act. Just sitting around with your big marijuana cigarette, writing up your new laws. Senile, punk-ass punk. You're too old to even understand anything. I certainly didn't vote for you. But you're not going to make it to your next little parade of your 4-year win. You're over with. Good luck on shooting another Chinese balloon down. That was a stray balloon, probably one of our own. I hate to be mean to older people, but abortion's illegal. It is against the law, your law. Abortion is evil, and so is murder. Grow up, is what I say to this country. And all the Congress people, presidents and vice presidents, grow up. Abortion's illegal, and we'll stand by that till the end of time. Here's another thing that I have to say about all your dominion, the ones that fell. There will be a time where there'll be a judgment day, and you will be called before the one and only Messiah, who is King. And his robe will not be white. His robe will be bathed in blood. So remember that. That's in the Bibles and Revelations. Jesus Christ is a real person, and he protects his children.
All the way from Kansas.